There is a thief in your house. He doesn't steal your television. He doesn't take your jewelry. He waits until you sit in front of your computer screen. He waits until you click buy. And then, he steals your logic. He steals your patience. And finally, he steals your future. You know this thief. You see him every time you look in the mirror. Let's be honest for a second. Let's drop the facade. You know the feeling, don't you? The morning starts with hope. You have your coffee. You have your strategy. You've drawn your lines, checked the news, and you tell yourself, today is the day. Today I follow the plan. Everything looks perfect. The setup appears. It's exactly what you've been waiting for. You enter the trade. And then, the candle ticks against you. Just a few points. Suddenly the plan dissolves. Your heart rate spikes. It's not just a number on a screen anymore. It's your rent money. It's your ego. It's proof of whether you are a success or a failure. You move your stop loss. You convince yourself, it has to come back. It doesn't, you double down. I can fix this. You can't. And when the dust settles, you are left staring at a red screen, wondering how, despite all the books, all the videos, and all the hours, you made the exact same mistake again. Here is the cold, hard truth that the industry doesn't want to tell you because it's hard to sell. You are not losing because you don't know enough about the market. You are losing because you don't know enough about yourself. We spend years analyzing the charts. We obsess over candlesticks, moving averages, and supply zones. We treat the market like a machine that can be fixed with a wrench. But the market isn't a machine. It's a mirror. It reflects your greed. It amplifies your fear. It exposes every single insecurity you have buried deep inside. If you are impatient in life, the market will bankrupt you with false moves. If you are arrogant, the market will humble you with a crash. The chart is not the battlefield. The battlefield is the 6 inches between your ears. Today we are going to stop looking at the screen and start looking at the operator. We are going to dismantle the psychological traps that keep you poor, and we are going to rebuild your mind with 3 non-negotiable pillars of mental strength. This isn't about getting rich quick. This is about survival. This is about becoming the kind of person who can stand in the middle of a hurricane and not even blink. Are you ready to stop fighting the ocean and finally learn to swim? Then let's begin. Before we get to the solution, we have to understand the problem. Why is trading so hard? Why does it feel physically painful to lose money? It's not your fault. It's your biology. For 200,000 years, your brain has evolved for one purpose: survival in the wild. That if you saw a lion, your brain flooded your body with cortisol and adrenaline. The instruction was simple: run or fight. If you found a berry bush, your brain gave you dopamine. The instruction was simple: eat everything now because it might be gone tomorrow. This hunter-gatherer brain is a masterpiece of evolution. Kept your ancestors alive. But here is the tragedy: that same brain is designed to lose money in the financial markets. Think about it. In the wild, if you feel pain like touching fire, you pull your hand away immediately. In trading, if you feel pain like a losing trade, the right move is often to sit still and accept it. But your primitive brain screams, "Do something. Fix it. Fight back." So you revenge trade. That is your fight response. Or you close a winning trade too early because you're terrified the profit will disappear. That is your scarcity response, eating the berries before they rot. You are trying to play a modern game with ancient hardware. You are fighting millions of years of DNA every time you open your broker app. The professional trader is not smarter than you. They don't have a better brain. They have simply learned to override their default settings. They have learned to ignore the screaming monkey in their head that wants to gamble, and instead, listen to the cold, quiet calculator in the background. To do this, you need a new operating system. You need to overwrite the old code. And that code consists of 3 specific rules. Let's talk about the first virus infecting your mind. It's called the narrative fallacy. We are storytelling creatures. We love to connect the dots. If you lose 3 trades in a row on a Tuesday morning, what story do you tell yourself? The market is rigged. I am out of sync today. My luck is bad. I need to win the next one to make up for the last one. And if you win 3 times in a row, I am a genius. I can't lose. I should increase my position size. This brings us to mental pillar number 1, the doctrine of independent events. Write this down. Burn it into your memory. The market has no memory. The chart does not know you lost the last trade. The chart does not know you need to pay rent. The chart does not care that you are due for a win. Imagine you are flipping a coin. You flip it and it lands on heads. You flip it again. Heads, again, heads, again. Heads. 4 times in a row. Now, hand on your heart, what do you feel is going to happen next? Your gut screams, tails? It has to be tails. It's been heads too many times. But the coin has no memory. The odds of the next flip are exactly 50 to 50. The coin doesn't know it just landed on heads 4 times. The past does not influence the future. In trading, this is called the gambler's fallacy, and it destroys careers. When you bring the emotional baggage of your last trade into your current trade, you are trading a hallucination. If you are trying to make back money you lost an hour ago, you are not trading the market in front of you. You are trading your past pain. You are fighting a ghost. The solution is the amnesia protocol. Professional traders are masters of forgetting. They have short-term memory loss by choice. If they take a loss, it's gone. Deleted. If they take a massive win, gone. Deleted. Every single time they click buy or sell, it is the first trade of their lives. Imagine how light you would feel if you didn't carry the weight of yesterday's losses. Imagine how clear your vision would be if you weren't blinded by the euphoria of yesterday's wins. Here is your practical exercise. From today on, visualize a steel door between every trade. When a trade closes, whether in profit or loss, imagine that steel door slamming shut. Whatever happened behind that door stays behind that door. You cannot reopen it. You cannot change it. You cannot carry anything through it. You step into the new room empty-handed. When you treat every trade as an independent event, you stop revenge trading. Why? Because there is nothing to take revenge for. The new trade has nothing to do with the old one. You break the chain of emotion. You become free. Now that we have severed the link to the past, we must deal with the anxiety of the future. Why do you stare at the screen? Why do you watch every tick of the candle? Why do you pray for the price to go up? Because you crave certainty. Human beings are terrified of the unknown. We built civilizations, walls, and laws just to feel safe, just to feel like we are in control. But the market is the last true wilderness. It is pure chaos. It is the sum of millions of people making irrational decisions at the same time. And yet, you sit there trying to control it with your mind. You think, if I analyze this harder, I will know what happens. You think, if I find the right indicator, I can predict the future. This is the biggest lie in trading. You cannot predict the future. And you don't need to. This brings us to mental pillar number 2, radical acceptance of uncertainty. Most new traders are trying to be fortune tellers. Professional traders are risk managers. There is a massive difference. A fortune teller tries to guess what will happen. A risk manager knows that anything can happen and prepares for it. Imagine a surfer. The surfer does not scream at the ocean. The surfer does not try to command the waves to form a perfect tunnel. The surfer cannot control the water. If the surfer tries to fight the wave, they drown. Instead, the surfer waits. They observe. And when the momentum is right, they ride it. They fall off. They don't blame the ocean. They paddle back out. You need to become the surfer. You need to surrender your need to be right. In trading, right and wrong are ego words. They don't belong here. There is only profitable and unprofitable. When you click that button, you must completely accept that you have zero control over the outcome. The price might go up, might go down. A war might start in a country you can't find on a map and crash the index. Elon Musk might tweet something. You control the entry. You control the stop loss. You control the position size. That is it. Everything else belongs to the market. This sounds scary, but it is actually the most liberating feeling in the world. If you accept that you can't control the outcome, you stop stressing about it. If it hits your stop loss, okay. That was the cost of doing business. If it hits your take profit, okay. The probability played out. You stop judging yourself based on the result of one trade. You realize that a losing trade doesn't mean you are stupid, and a winning trade doesn't mean you are smart. It just means the probability of that moment materialized. Here is your mantra. I am not here to predict what the market will do. I am here to execute what I will do. Shift your focus from the outcome, which you can't control, to the process, which you can. That if you followed your rules and lost money, that is a good trade. That if you broke your rules and made money, that is a bad trade. Read that again. A bad habit rewarded is the most dangerous thing that can happen to a beginner. It teaches you that you can survive running across a highway blindfolded. Eventually, you will get hit. Embrace the uncertainty. Make friends with the chaos. That is where the money is. So, if we can't predict the future and the past doesn't matter, how do we actually make money? Is it just gambling? No. And this is the final shift that separates the amateurs from the legends. Mental pillar number 3, probabilistic thinking. Let's talk about Las Vegas. Walk into a casino. Look at the roulette table. The casino does not know if the next spin will be red or black. They have no idea, And yet, the casino never loses. Year after year they make billions. Oh, how can they be so profitable if they don't know the outcome of any single spin? Because they possess the edge. The casino knows that over 1,000 spins, the mathematics are slightly in their favor. They don't care about the guy who just won $10,000. They don't panic. They smile and give him a free drink. What? Because they know he will play again. And over time the math will take that money back. Most traders behave like the gambler. They want to hit the jackpot now. They are obsessed with this one spin. You need to behave like the casino owner. This is probabilistic thinking. It is the ability to see a bigger picture that hasn't happened yet. When you think in probabilities, one loss is just a business expense. Imagine you own a coffee shop. You have to buy coffee beans, pay for electricity, pay your staff. That is money going out. Do you cry when you pay the electric bill? Do you feel like a failure? No. You know you have to spend that money to sell coffee and make a profit. Losses are the operating cost of a trading business. If you have a strategy with a 60% win rate, that means out of 100 trades, you will lose 40 times. 40 times. That is not a mistake. That is part of the recipe. The problem is you want the 60 wins without the 40 losses. You want the rainbow without the rain. It doesn't work that way. When you adopt the casino mindset, the pressure disappears. You stop looking at your P&L every 5 minutes. You stop thinking, I need to pay for my car with this trade. Instead, you think, I need to execute my edge 100 times perfectly. The math will take care of the car. This is the long game. The amateur thinks in minutes. The professional thinks in decades. When you combine these three pillars, something magical happens. You enter a trade. You have no memory of the last loss. You have no anxiety about the result because you accept the uncertainty. And you have total confidence because you know the math plays out over time. You become bulletproof. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a version of yourself 6 months from now. You wake up. You sit at your desk. You are calm. Your breathing is slow. You open the charts. You see a setup. You execute. The price moves against you. You feel nothing. No panic. No sweat that it hits your stop loss. You close the trade. You log it in your journal. Setup valid. Outcome negative. Next. 10 minutes later, another setup. You execute. The price moves in your favor. You feel nothing. No euphoria. No greed. You let it run to your target. You take the profit. You log it. Setup valid. Outcome positive. Next. You are not on a roller coaster anymore. You are driving the train. You are no longer a slave to your emotions. You are the master of your mind. This is not a fantasy. This is the reality of every consistently profitable trader you admire. They didn't get there by finding a holy grail indicator. They got there by conquering the enemy within. Trading is the ultimate spiritual journey. It strips you naked. It forces you to confront your demons. It asks you, who are you when the pressure is on? Most people break. But you? You are still watching this. You are still here. That means you have something in you that refuses to quit. Listen to me closely. The charts will be there tomorrow. The market will be there forever. The only variable that changes is you. Stop looking for the secret strategy. You already have enough knowledge to be profitable. What you lack is the mental armor to apply it. Start today. Not next week. Not next month. The next time you sit down to trade, I want you to whisper these 3 rules to yourself. 1. This is a new event. The past is dead. Point 2. I accept the chaos. I cannot control the wave, only the surfboard. Point 3. I am the casino. I am playing the math, not the luck. If you can do this, if you can truly internalize this shift, then the money will not just come to you. Will stay with you. Because money doesn't go to the smartest people. Money goes to the patient. Money goes to the disciplined. Money goes to the masters of their own minds. The war is not on the screen. The war is in your head. And it is time to win it. If this message woke something up inside you, if you felt that shift, then do me one favor. Don't just click like. Don't just subscribe. Go look at your mirror and make a promise to the person looking back. I am done gambling. I am ready to trade. See you on the charts.